Hello and welcome. I'm excited to show you another amazing external tool that you can integrate into Canvas, and it is our tool Book Creator. So Book Creator is a premium tool that we've had for a little bit now in BCSC in the 24-25 school year. It is a tool that allows you to make ebooks, but now you have unlimited number of books you can make because now we have premium. But it's a really great tool for projects as well as scaffolding some note-taking, vocab activities, and more. It allows books to be and content to be read aloud to students, including different languages, and has some really nice accessibility features baked into it. The way it connects to Canvas is that you can now easily put in any Book Creator template, note-taking tool, or resource you would like, integrate it into a Canvas assignment, so then students have their own copy of the book made for them, or they can use it to collaborate on a book in your library, however you would like it to be. So if I sign into Canvas, I'm going to pretend like I'm making an assignment, but first I'm going to go into Book Creator and look at my template. So here's an example of a way you can use Book Creator, and I did not make this myself. I'll be transparent in saying that. There are a lot of amazing Book Creator resources, and this one tells you to delete some of these pages, but I can go through and copy these, use these, tons of them on the Book Creator Discover website. And all you have to do is sign in with your BCSC Google account to get access to Book Creator. Make sure you click sign in as a teacher instead of a student, and then you'll see all of this. So here's just some amazing examples of how you can scaffold language development for newcomers or English language learners. And that's the template that I picked for this. So I can go through, change what I need to change, edit, and do all of that stuff. And let's say this is the one that I would like to set up to where students get their own copy of this, so it becomes their own personal dictionary and vocabulary assignment. So I'll go back to Canvas and I'll go into one of my courses and I'll pretend like I'm building a blank assignment. I can go to the assignments menu to do that. I'll give it a name. I can type out all of my instructions and those things. And if I go further down the page for submission type, instead of doing online, I'm going to do external tool. And in the space where you'd have a URL, we'll click the Find button and we're going to select Book Creator. Now, the first time you do this, it might ask you to sign into your BCSC Book Creator account. It might ask you to give permission for Book Creator Connect to Canvas and all of that good stuff, and you'll want to accept that if you want to be able to move forward. All right, so we're going to start with a copy of a book. So if I click this, I'm going to go through and find whatever library that my students are going to be working in. And if you want to move this around the screen, sometimes these little windows act a little funny in Canvas. I'll click Next. So libraries and Book Creator are your ways of organizing your content. So I already had some made. You might want to go through and make different libraries for your subjects that you teach or your class periods, just to keep it a little bit more organized, but totally up to you. So this is the one that I would like to give my students their own copy of. So I'll click Next. All right. And we're good to go, and I'll do Finish. Selected it, and now it kicks you back to this screen, which is always a little weird because you feel like, okay, I added it. Am I good? Did it actually do what I wanted it to? And it did. I'll just do Select, and now instead of this being blank, now we have a link there. You can have this load in a new tab. That's what it does by default. You can uncheck that, whatever you would like to do. And whenever I am finished with that, because it's Canvas, I always have to have a due date, so I'll make this due tomorrow, and I'll scroll down and do Save and Publish. So that's all the teacher has to do in prepping this and getting it set up. The cool thing about Book Creator is that you can actually launch student submissions in SpeedGrader, but first we need a student answer and response. So I'm going to bring over a student account so you can see what it looks like on the student side of things, and then I'll toggle back to how we can give feedback to the student on how they did. So if I'm here in my Canvas course, here's my student account. All right, and so I have my vocab activity, and it's going to load it in a new window. So I want it to do that. It's going to think and think and think because it's making me my own copy. It's making sure I'm in this library for my teacher. And whenever it loads, I should be able to go through and do this assignment. All right, here we go. So I can go through. I can add my name here, customize this. I probably should have actually gone through and deleted some of these pages that have teacher instructions, but yeah, I'm all good. And whenever I am finished, this is the key thing. The students actually don't do like a turn-in space here on Canvas, it is all through Book Creator. And this is actually pretty common. A lot of these external tools that we have integrated is that you don't click like a submit button in Canvas. What you do is actually click a submit or turn in button on the tool itself. So case in point, at the top of my screen in Book Creator, when I'm all done, I'll do turn in. And I'll do turn in. All right, so there we go. I'm all good to go. Now, a couple bits of caution and word of advice that I've seen from other people who have used this feature. When you turn this in, technically students lose access to it after this due date in Canvas. They won't be able to launch and open their book anymore in Canvas. Now, technically they could still get to it in Book Creator. You just need to go through into your library settings where you had this assignment and toggle it to where students can edit it anymore, and that stops them from continuing to edit this after the deadline. So totally up to you. My bit of advice would be to put these in a library where students don't have editing access anyway, or access to it, so that they can't work around your settings here in Canvas and submit that after the deadline has passed. Because if you do that, then they're locked out of it when it's reached in Canvas. So now that I am here, we had a student go through and submit it. So now what I should be able to do is launch SpeedGrader. So if I do SpeedGrader, we have a student who turned this in, and it's gonna load. And I could technically open this in Book Creator if I wanted, but what's nice here with this integration in Canvas is I don't have to. So if I can stay in SpeedGrader, I prefer that, just because it's one less tab for me to open. So with SpeedGrader, I can go in, I can put in my score, I can add comments and feedback, and it all can be entered into the Canvas gradebook, which can be synced into PowerTeacher Pro if you're a secondary teacher. So makes it easy. This is a great option for projects. A lot of students really like digital content, and Book Creator is very easy for students to use. And now it's easy for you to grade and share template resources with them.